Hey everyone, I'm Rira, and today is a very special day. I finally moved into my new house. I have been dreaming about this moment for a long time. This morning I woke up feeling excited, nervous, and a little curious. Everything is new. Everything feels different. But before this day ended, I discovered something that completely surprised me. Come with me. Let me show you my new home. When I first saw the house, I couldn't stop smiling. It wasn't the biggest house on the street. It wasn't the most expensive one either. But for me, it was the most beautiful house in the world. The front garden was small but colorful. Bright yellow flowers were dancing in the gentle wind. A narrow stone path led to the front door. The door was painted a warm shade of red. It made the house look cheerful and welcoming. I took a deep breath. Then I slowly opened the door. The entrance was bright because sunlight came through a tall window. The wooden floor looked clean and shiny. Everything smelled fresh. It smelled like new paint mixed with warm wood. I placed my suitcase beside the wall. The house was completely quiet. So quiet. I could even hear my own footsteps. For a moment, I just stood there. I smiled. This is really my home. The living room immediately became my favorite place. It was simple, but it felt warm and peaceful. A large gray sofa stood beside a wide window. It looked incredibly soft. I couldn't resist. I sat down for a few seconds. Oh! It was even more comfortable than I expected. In front of the sofa, there was a beautiful wooden coffee table. Its smooth surface reflected the sunlight. A small green plant sat in the middle of the table. It added a fresh touch to the room. Next to the sofa was a tall bookshelf. Right now, it was empty. Soon, it would be filled with my favorite books. I looked around and imagined rainy afternoons, a warm cup of tea, a good novel, and quiet evenings after work. I already felt at home. Then I walked into the kitchen. It was bright, modern, and surprisingly spacious. The white cabinets were clean and elegant. The countertop was smooth and shiny. There was a large refrigerator in one corner. It was much bigger than the one in my old apartment. I opened every cabinet one by one. This one is perfect for plates. And this one can hold my cups. I smiled again. Everything had its own place. Near the window stood a small, round dining table with 2 wooden chairs. It wasn't fancy, but it felt cozy. I imagined having breakfast there every morning while watching the birds outside. Simple moments often become the happiest memories. I slowly climbed the wooden stairs. Each step made a soft sound. At the end of the hallway was my bedroom. The room was smaller than the living room, but somehow, it felt even more comfortable. The afternoon sunlight filled every corner of the room. I opened the window. Fresh air rushed inside. The room instantly felt alive. I placed my favorite book on the bedside table. Tomorrow night, I would finally read it here. I returned downstairs to unpack the last few boxes. While moving one of them, something caught my attention. Behind a long curtain, I noticed a tiny wooden door. I frowned. I didn't see that before. The little door was old. Its paint was peeling. A thin layer of dust covered the handle. It looked as if nobody had opened it for years. My heart started beating faster. Should I open it? I hesitated for a moment. Then, I slowly turned the handle. The small room behind the door was dark. Sunlight entered through a tiny crack in the wall. There wasn't much inside, only one old wooden box. It was covered with dust. I carefully picked it up. It felt heavier than I expected. I gently opened the lid. Inside, I didn't find gold. I didn't find money. I didn't find anything valuable. Instead, I found dozens of old letters. Some were tied together with a faded blue ribbon. Others had beautiful handwriting. The first letter began with these simple words: "Dear family." I quietly sat on the floor and started reading. Every letter told a story. Birthday parties, Sunday dinners, children playing in the garden, parents writing about their hopes and dreams. I smiled without realizing it. These weren't just letters, they were someone's life, someone's memories. I carefully placed every letter back inside the box. Then I gently closed the lid. Some people leave behind money. Others leave behind beautiful memories. Today, I didn't just move into a new house. I became part of its story. Now, it's my turn to create new memories here. And I can't wait to begin. Great job! Now let's learn some useful vocabulary from the story. Places, house, a building where people live. Garden, a place where flowers, plants, or trees grow. Stone path, a walkway made of stones. Entrance, the place where you enter a building. Living room, a room where people relax and spend time together. Kitchen, a room where people cook and prepare food. Bedroom, a room where people sleep. Stairs, steps that take you from one floor to another. Now let's us move to the house's furniture. A furniture is the things inside a house that we use every day. Sofa, a comfortable seat for 2 or more people. Bookshelf, a piece of furniture for keeping books. Suitcase, a bag used for carrying clothes when you travel. Letter, a written message on paper. Now let's talk about the feelings and actions. Excited is a feeling very happy about something. Nervous is a feeling worried or a little afraid. Curious, wanting to know or learn something. Cozy, comfortable, warm, and relaxing. To frown, to bring your eyebrows together because you are worried or confused. Great job. Now it's time to challenge yourself. What is this called? Kitchen. What is this called? Bedroom. Match the word to the picture. Great job today! How many answers did you get right? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more easy English stories. See you in the next lesson.